Hello, thank you for coming to my channel again. Today, I'd like to take this opportunity to talk to you about investing in a new type of and a very different type of currency, the currency of experience. And the reason why I call it the currency of experience is because there's so many people who are trading their time for monetary currency. And monetary currency is good for paying the bills, but it can leave you on the ground floor. It cannot always get you exactly to where you want to be. If you have a job where you're making minimum wage, if you stay on that job making minimum wage for 20 years, eventually you'll be making $9 or $10 an hour. But at the same time, you could have took 2 weeks off or 6 weeks off, took a course, and been and got a job making $15 an hour. And then now, all of a sudden, after 6 weeks of whatever training you received, you're in a better position. So, what brought me to this? I had a staff member, actually two staff members on two separate occasions, come in and they were telling me about their career goals. Both of these staff members, young, extremely intelligent, and extremely hard workers, both working a minimum of two jobs. One working two jobs while being a full time student, the other one think they have three jobs and they want to go into administrative role. And what was blocking both of them was the fact that they were going to lose out on some of the income that they would get from working their other jobs. Sometimes you do have to take a step back so you can go and you can educate yourself, you can get some experience, you can get your hands dirty, just so that later on you can reap better rewards. And I think that in the type of odd situation that we have now with so many people who are young, going to school, getting a bachelor's degree, getting a master's degree, and then coming out of school and unfortunately not having any experience, that puts them at a disadvantage to being able to capitalize on the degree that they have. Sometimes there's not always an internship or externship available for you. So what you have to do is you have to be inventive. You have to find if there's an organization that you can affiliate yourself with or become a member of, or you have to find someone who you can make into your mentor, whether they do it willingly or not. So what you do is you go to the person who's doing what you want to do. Find whoever is doing what you aspire to do, what you're most interested in, and offer to lighten their load, take some work off of them. And the moment that they see that and they see that they can give you some work or you're showing an interest, even if they don't have an opportunity available right then later on when they have one, if you've proven yourself in front of them, you've been uh, diligent about coming in and helping them the way that you said you would, doing it in a timely manner and being consistent, then when opportunity does become available, they will likely, hand that off to you, or they'll likely put your name in the hat of people who are capable and who are able to take responsibility and who deserve an opportunity to be afforded a new job position. And within our conversation, they ask, well, well, what if, they never give me that job position or that title? I said, then it's good for your resume. It's good for the experience. When you go and you interview with someone for a job that you actually do want, and they ask you, well, did you do this or that? Do you have a experience with, financial resources, or do you have experience with acquisition? Do you have experience with handling assets, or even just handling phones, or whatever thing may be required for that job position? And you can say yes because you did get it. Everything doesn't come with a title. Everything isn't going to come with a big paycheck. Sometimes you have to make sure that you carve out some time, whether it's 2 days a week or 3 days a week, just so that you can go in and you can get that experience. You can be consistent, and more importantly, you can be seen doing those tasks. You never know who's watching you or who can make it where there's an opportunity for you. Sometimes, those opportunities, they come and they go, and maybe weeks or months may pass, but The CEO who saw you working in admin that day and shuffling papers asks, well, why is so and so here? Oh, this is not their job. They just came in and they volunteered. Or when they're talking about who they want to put on some sort of leadership team or a way to fix some of the operations in the area that you work at, and you have an insight that the rest of the staff members don't have. You somehow now went from being a regular team member to being someone who's become invaluable to the team and to the organization, and you can be pulled in for those positions. But remember, you know, that day or two that you take away from working that second or third job that you have, or where you decide that, okay, well, it's going to be oodles of noodles and beans today because I need to get this experience so that I know how this goal works and how all of the details that are involved for me to be able to get to my next step work. You need to just go in and get that. I'm trying to think. What was the other thing? Uh, yeah, the money. Listen, money is going to come and money is going to go. And as far as how much you're being paid to do a certain job, if that's not something that you're really in love with doing, you're not going to be able to do it forever. You're just not. And if you're working two or three jobs and your goal is to be working one job and vacationing, when you feel like vacationing and loving what you do when you go in to work, then you need to make sure that you take the steps to go forward and do that. When the opportunity comes your way, and when you have to make your own opportunities, you need to make sure that you make those personal sacrifices. The personal sacrifices are not always what we think they're going to be. Uh, I just do not want people to go to school, get degrees, then get discouraged, and also have to turn around and pay these huge student loans. Don't do that to yourself. Give yourself a an opportunity to succeed. Sit down with the people who are already doing the job that you want to do. Make a career plan out that works for you based on maybe the education that you already have. What bills that you have that are going to be due for the month, so that way you don't try to get this opportunity at the same time you're falling into the poorhouse. Um, and then with a timeline that fits you, so that way you're always progressing, even if that progression doesn't come in an immediate monetary um, kickback. It's one of those things. There's so many things that you can do in 6 months, sometimes 6 weeks, but often in 6 months or in a year, uh, they can change the rest of your life. And right now, no matter who you are, the rest of your life is all that you have ahead of you. So make sure that you make it the best version possible, because we only get one chance to do it. All right. I hope this video helps you guys, and I hope you are somewhere smiling and happy and at peace. All right. Thank you. Hope you have a great day.